Good morning, everybody. It's a Monday, March the 10th, and I'm Chris Allen here with 270 weather. Weather for the 270 area code and beyond. Good morning. We've got clear skies that are going on this morning, and it's going to be a nice day and a little bit warmer too. But looking down the road as we get into, say, the end of the week and this coming weekend, I do see some storm chances coming our direction, which I'm going to talk more about here in just a moment. The current time is 7:30, and looking back on yesterday, we had a high of 63 at the Bowling Green Airport, 5 degrees above the normal of 58, and we had a low of 39. No precipitation past 24 hours. Taking a look at the radar situation this morning, nothing showing up there, not expecting anything for a while, as things are pretty quiet for us and will stay quiet for a few more days. And we're going to continue to warm up, by the way. If you like 60s, 70s, maybe even 80. Yeah, it's in the forecast. It's possible. It is very possible, as you'll soon see, but right now, it is a cold start this morning. Temperatures are starting in the upper 20s to low 30s. Now, if here at 7:30, and now we're in the daylight saving time. Of course, it's a little darker, because of the time adjust, the 1 hour ahead, spring forward that we did day before yesterday. And so the sun is hitting a couple of places like the station that's over in Metcalfe County. Well, they are showing 42 degrees at the elevation that particular mesonet site is at, which is 1,002 feet above sea level. And then you go over to Christian County. The sun is hitting at that angle and giving it a temperature of 43 with an elevation of 729 feet above sea level. But everybody else, according to the different height of those individual mesonet sensors, they're just reading 20s and 30s. So yeah, it's a chilly morning. It's cold. No doubt about that. But once the sun comes up, and because of the very stable dry air mass, it won't take long for us to hop into the 40s all the way around, uh, as we go through the day, or actually this morning. Winds are light and somewhat variable from, it looks like more of a north wind overall, generally, but it is not going to be that much of a breezy day. In fact, the winds should stay fairly calm as we go through your Monday, which is certainly good news. Let's take a look at the maps here, and I'll take you through the next several days. And we do have a couple of times when we're going to get some rain moving through the area. We're not going to get any today. Here's the current map showing rain down to our south and east. There's a low pressure system down there, a couple of them actually over Florida, that are throwing some of that moisture into the Carolinas and Alabama and Georgia. But none of that is going to affect us here in Kentucky. And as we go into the afternoon and then tonight, pretty quiet weather. But we're going to watch for things to change out west of us. A series of systems coming in. One will bring us rain on Thursday, and another more potent system is going to bring us maybe, well, it looks like thunderstorms and heavy rain for the weekend. Here we go into this afternoon or this evening, about midnight, into early Tuesday morning. Things will stay clear. We're looking at a sunny day today and tomorrow with temperatures in the upper 60s to mid 70s, mid 70s on Tuesday tomorrow. Wow, that's going to be nice. Here we go into Tuesday night. We see a system that gets kind of jammed up to the north, but it is not. This is not the system that we're going to keep an eye on. This one will bring us a chance of rain, I think, as we get into Thursday, as it gets, as you can see there, a little more stationary. But that energy eventually moves east, and here's our rain, first round of rain, which will come in on Thursday. It looks like it will be maybe a tenth to a quarter inch of rain. I don't think it's going to be that much even, but it's going to be enough to put a little drink of water on our yards and on our gardens if we're trying to put out something. Here we go into Friday, and as that system starts to move a little further east, this is the system that we're going to have to keep an eye on because it is wound up or will be. As I've been showing you, this low pressure system is going to be deep, it is going to be strong, it is going to throw out, as you can see, warm air with a dry line and a cold front, and even pieces of energy disturbances rotating around the backside of it. And the backside of this low pressure system is going to have a taste of winter for the Rockies down into Utah, into Colorado, Wyoming, New Mexico. Wow, it's just, I mean, it's Arizona, snow, lots of it. And look at the wind. Those lines that are close together right there, that indicates some strong winds out ahead of it, too. Look at all those equal lines of pressure, isobars. Now, these are the barometer readings in millimeters, not inches of mercury, which we're all used to. But in millimeters, it's incredibly strong. This is showing by Friday morning a low pressure system at 984 millibars. That is intense. So there's going to be a lot of wind, and eventually there's going to be a lot of rain, and there's going to be severe weather on the east side of this low, and then the blizzard, almost blizzard like weather and heavy snow that's going to be on the backside of that system. Now, the low is going to track up into Nebraska and then Iowa and into the Great Lakes. I'll move this forward into Saturday. I think that's when we're going to see our turn. Whether it is going to be, intense as far as severe weather, it's a possibility. In fact, I'll show you the latest update from the Storm Prediction Center in just a moment, but you can see pretty well aligned here. We'll be in the warm sector. We will have lots of wind and lots of rain ahead of this first cold front. This is Saturday morning. You can see the thunderstorm activity, and yeah, we could pick up a couple of inches of rain out of this system. Oops, that just updated on me. There we go. Now let's go one more step into Sunday, Saturday night into Sunday. The winds relax a little, but then there's a secondary front that is going to come in, and this is the front that is going to shut off the rain, but it's also going to usher in some colder air on the backside of that system. Now, when I say colder air, I'm talking about going from the 70s to the 60s and or around 60, upper 50s to around 60 by Sunday. So it is going to get cooler, but around 60 is right where we should be for this time of the year for a normal high temperature. So it's going to get cooler than the 70s, but it's not going to be cold. So we'll get a cool down, and that's about it after that system. Okay, let me show you what the Storm Prediction Center is already outlining for that time period. So we go into Friday. This is the severe weather outlook for Friday, this coming Friday. and they have us in the, as you can see here, the 15 to 29% area from Bowling Green west for the probability of severe weather within 25 miles of a point. So any point you pick out, 25 miles outside of that point, you're 15 to almost 30% probability of getting severe weather. You go west of that area, west of Paducah, into the Missouri Boot Hill, parts of northeastern Arkansas, West Tennessee, and beyond, we're talking greater than a 30% chance. So this is on Friday, this coming Friday. Then we go into Saturday, and you can see that pretty well we're all under that lowest probability, 15 to almost 30% chance of getting severe weather. So this far out, for the Storm Prediction Center to put an outline there, even though the outline or the confidence is low, it is showing that, this storm has a lot of strength to it, potential strength, and they're going ahead and putting up that possibility that we could be looking at something. Of course, I'm sure you've already seen on social media the hypesters that are out there just going nuts over this because it's a deep low pressure system. I get that, but we're not going to be in that close sector of that low pressure system close enough to where it everything's going to just break loose. We'll be far enough away from it. Yeah, we're going to get the wind, but whether we get the really uh, more worrisome or more concerning severe weather, well, that's just a big question mark right now. So, yeah, it could happen, but it's too soon to say that it will. So let's just, you know, keep an eye on this. If something comes from this, I will let you know. You don't need to buy into the hypesters. They're just out there for clicks, likes, and shares. And some of them make money off of frightened people, which I can't stand. But uh, there's nothing much we can do about that. Okay, here's a look at the model blender. We're going to go 66 to 68 today, full sunshine, very nice. Around 40, 41, 42 or so tonight. And look at that, very nice. 73 to maybe even 75 tomorrow with more sunshine. Wednesday, how about 75 to maybe 77? Woo, that's going to feel good. Then we have our rain, first round of rain, which is this is not going to be severe. It's not going to be this big storm. This is going to be the system before the bigger system. And we go 72 with a chance of showers on Thursday. Then look at this, 78 to maybe 80. Yes, it is possible that we could hit 80 on Friday before the big storm comes with all the wind, with all the rain, and maybe the severe weather threat Friday into Saturday. Saturday will still be about 73 to 75. And then after that system leaves on Sunday, this is when we start to cool down, 60 to 63 maybe. And you can see we go from 61 to 63, low to high. Yeah, that's because it's going to be one of those situations where when the front comes through, we could have an early day high and then the temperatures start to fall. And you see we get down to 38 for Sunday night into Monday morning, next Monday, a week from today. Then we climb back up, though. Look at that. Still above normal, 60s, mid 60s to low 70s into the following week. And we're right back into spring. I really do not see any more indication that we are going to be getting another punch, if you will, of cold air. And I'm talking cold, cold air, like the kind of cold air during the day that brings snow and the bitter cold and the winds. And I mean, it still could happen. It still could happen because it's, just the middle of March. And I've seen us have little cold snaps in April, and some could even bring some snow flurries. Anytime that you're on the backside leading up to Derby, which is the first Saturday in May, it's a possibility. You could still have a little shot of winter that maybe lasts for a day or so. It still could happen. Just saying. All right, here's your forecast in the 270. Sunny, 68 today, clear tonight, 42, sunny, warmer tomorrow, 75. Sunny and 75. Yeah, that's like perfect. Then tomorrow night, clear and 47. Not a bad forecast here in the short term. Okay, that'll do it for your forecast today. Thanks for tuning in. As always, 270 weather powered by News 40 WNKY, because local matters. You can see right there the QR code if you need to download the News 40 app. You can have that with you always and keep track of the weather when I'm not on here and when I'm not on News 40 and when we're not doing a newscast and you just want to know, see a radar, know the forecast. You've got it right with that app right there. Okay. You guys have a great Monday.